right, y'all, it's official. Miss Lizzy is no longer busy. She's in a tizzy because Dante's Inferno has that wig a little bit frizzy. Let's talk about it.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. You don't know what to do with it.
Now, I'm just warning you right now. If you are not a girl that gets it, then you simply don't get it. Exit off this video. If you're one of them girls who need a whole history lesson on, colonialism and all that shit, I'm not gonna be explaining all that shit today. Today's about jokes and shit. If you're mad about it, you could just exit out of it. That's just it. That's just it. A lot of people be pressed. Oh my God, would you react like that if one of your presidents didn't pass it? Yes, girl, we wouldn't do. We wouldn't do. Anyway, let's get right to it. It's going to be jokes. I promise you, if you see it's gonna be jokes. Speaking of jokes, Jason Lee, shit, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that in. I know that Jason Lee is somewhere pissy. Oh, he's so pissy. I know he's somewhere so mad. Y'all remember that whole announcement, Jason Lee? Man, talking about the queen that passed, and now listen, I was like, maybe she did. Cause she was giving me down on my luck, back against the wind, trying to make it no way to win. That's what she was giving me. So I was like, okay, I gotta see. But remember when he kept talking and talking, I'm just like, would Buckingham Palace really give Jason Lee the exclusive? Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. And I had to whip out this old ass shirt because it's just like, it's black, right? Do you see anything wrong with this shirt? I don't. Do you see anything? It's giving Dora, 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 the oppressora. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. We're gonna have to go through some of these memes. Now, first of all, I seen a tweet that said that now it's time for y'all to take y'all shit back from the British Museum. And since we're over here, y'all already know that, wasn't she married to her damn cousin or some shit like that? She was married to her cousin? And it's like, goddamn, I know I like Game of Thrones and shit, and House of the Dragon was coming. House of the Dragon is on, right? And so it only makes sense that somebody would tweet this out. Queen Elizabeth, aged 96, has passed away peacefully. Her last words were, I want everyone to know Rhaenyra is the true heir, not Aegon. Wow, and I'm so happy that she told the truth on her last days. Now, listen to this shit. This shit here, when they acted like Miss Lizzy was disappearing, like we on America's Next Top Model, I'm telling you, I was in my car I'm talking about crying. The news hit while I was driving around. This was one of the first tweets that I've seen of somebody, and I'm telling you, I was wiping tears off my face. I also feel like this tweet goes for the entirety of social media and not just for Twitter. Like this, all of black social media, at least the people who have a slight understanding of how the world works, they were acting like, look at this tweet. Anybody checked on 20%? Like what's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all, and some people took this next one I'm about to show you as like a great sign. A sign that she's just resting peacefully and she's, this here, a whole entire rainbow came over Buckingham Palace. Now, I will understand, like, okay, say for example, something happened to me or, one of my girls or something, and then the universe decides to put a rainbow up on the day that we pass it. Like, I could understand that because we're very much, you know what I mean? We're very much, I will understand that. But you mean to tell me on the day that you take your last breath, Miss Mama's done plastered a whole entire gay flag over your shit? Whoa! What, like, whoa! Now, of course, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, like, if you don't get it, if you're not one of the girls who get it, you just don't get it. That's it, right? But there were a lot of people who were just like, oh my God, and there's people singling out, Black Twitter, how are all these black people making jokes and cracking jokes? And you know what's hilarious about that shit? This is the most hilarious part. Like, everybody done said everything that I want to say already. But the most hilarious thing is that that's all it's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be. Black Twitter making jokes, that's all it's gonna be, jokes, tweets, social media posts, and it won't affect shit. But maybe what, somebody's feelings for a couple minutes? And then y'all gonna forget about it, then y'all gonna pay for the most expensive. That's why I put it on fucking Twitter. This is the most expensive mannequin challenge going on right now. Y'all gonna pay for all type of funeral, all type of events. The monarchy gonna show their ass. And while y'all are pissed at people, at black people, or groups of people who experience fucked up shit, you know, because of the colonialism and all type of shit going on, like, all we have the power to do is make some goddamn jokes. And they were over there colonizing a whole entire countries, a whole entire cultures they were trying to eliminate and oppress and subjugate. And y'all are mad at some fucking jokes. Y'all are mad at some jokes while these people are exploitative. I mean, what, colonies everywhere? Like, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all my Caribbean countries who are out here trying to become republics and all that shit. Shout out to all the groups of people who had to deal with all type of genocides and shit. Like, shout out to all y'all, because while they're over here like pissed at tweets and pissed at jokes and pissed at people like literally kikiing and shit over the internet as if that's going to have any real like lasting impact on society or some shit like that. Like, while they're over here mad at that shit, there are people suffering, still suffering the effects of what the empire does and continues to do. And I think a lot of times people, or people who don't have a real grasp on what's going on, will be like, y'all make it for the UK, y'all make it for the UK. But what about the US, bitch? What are you talking about? What about the US? A lot of these politicians, a lot of these oppressive ass monarchs, or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, they all one and the same. So today is Miss Lizzy and tomorrow it's gonna be somebody else. We gonna crack these jokes. We gonna crack these jokes. And the thing is, the main point, jokes aside, the main point of all of this is that when we sit over here and try and act like these atrocities never happened, you see that in America. You see that in the United States with the way that they try to rip certain things out of the curriculum, or don't put things in the curriculum to begin with, or, you know, call anything that addresses civil rights or the plight of black people in the country. You see that, oh my God, critical race theory, we have to get it out of schools. So it's just like, we see that in a lot of countries, right? But when you sit up here and try and act like, just because maybe you have some attachment to the monarchy, some attachment to these people who are literally do not give a fuck about your ass. You know, if we just act like the bullshit didn't happen or is not continuing to happen, you know, we are doomed to repeat the atrocities over and over and over again. A lot of people, just because they were not affected, or maybe their ancestors, their people, I mean, even now, ancestors is, you know, of course we have to talk about that shit, but still now the effects of that shit, of what they're doing now, period, empires, period, like what they do to other cultures and other countries, like that shit is fucked up, right? These people want these colonies, these countries, these groups of people, they want them to just completely forget about the fact that these things happened or are happening. They just want them to completely ignore, they want to completely ignore that shit. And I'm just like, when y'all rip this shit out the history books, when y'all gloss over facts that we need to discuss as the human race, when y'all gloss over atrocities, when y'all gloss over the nasty colonialism and oppression and all that shit, when y'all gloss over that shit just to kiss some fucking ring, we are doomed to repeat them shits over and over. And then not only that, like, especially if you are a part of an oppressed class, or if you're a part of a minority that they don't give a fuck about. If you want to be, or you love being purposely ignorant about some shit, it's much easier for the oppressors to lead your ass into another trap. And I'm not acting like we have more power in this society than we do, but still, it's like, damn, y'all don't want to be aware of some shit? Like, they are literally mad that colonies, former colonies or whatever, people who are from there or know people from there or had family from there, like, y'all are literally mad that these former colonies or whatever, these colonies are not fucking sad that these people are turning into ash and dust. Like, why would you expect them to be pissed? Now, I don't know how true this is, right? But I saw that apparently Prince Harry is going back for all that shit. Y'all already know, like, for all of that, funeral, all that stuff. And Meghan is not going. And I already know that people are gonna be so pissed. They're gonna be so mad. Why Meghan? She thinks she too good. Why Meghan? Blah, blah, blah. And even if she did go, that's the thing. Even if she did go, they would be tearing her ass apart from what she chose to wear, from how she walked to how she walks. To, you know, they will overanalyze every movement, every strand of hair, every piece of garment, every action that she takes if she goes over there. So I'm sure she's like, I'm gonna get dragged if I go, and I'm gonna get dragged if I don't go. I could stay home, be chilling with my family, eating some popcorn on the couch and watching some TV while they drag my ass, instead of, you know, going out of my way to get going out of my way to all these services and all this shit, and all these cameras and shit to get dragged anyway. You see what I'm saying? I would simply tell Harry whatever I wanted from the corner store, and I'll be here when you get back. Like, that's it. That's it. I mean, we talking about the Irish. The Irish was acting up. Uganda, Pakistan, Nigeria, India, all of the Caribbean. Like, girl, I know that they're over there like, did y'all hear something? Must have been the wind. That was like Lizzy sliding down to the depths, like bumping against the edges of the slide and shit. It's like, oh shit, did y'all hear something? Did y'all see something? I didn't see a goddamn thing. The bottom line is that if you want your favorite political faves and favorite monarchs and shit to be remembered fondly after they pass on to Tartarus, make sure they don't oppress whole entire groups of people. The Irish said this. Yes, they are chanting Lizzy's in a box. And it didn't come from Foot Locker, okay? On that note, love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
What I say, if you wanna see tomorrow, your mouth is always open like your motherfucking jaw broke. You couldn't roast me, that's why niggas call me raw hoe. Petty bitch, that's why you sleeping on them hard flows. Suck it up.